powers, and I don't know how to name this citric acid. If only there was someone who could help me.
I am the ghost of Friedrich Stradonitz, and I'm here to teach you about the IUPAC system.
This word is so big and complicated. How could you possibly know what's in this chemical?
It's actually ridiculously easy to figure out what's in it based upon its name.
This is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry's naming guide to organic compounds. First, at its most basic level, it is made up of aromatics and aliphatics. Under aliphatics, we have alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. Alkanes being a single bond between carbon, alkene a double, and alkyne a triple. Cycloalkanes also fall under the aliphatics and follow the same single bond rule except in a cyclic formation. They differ from aromatics since aromatics can have multiple bonds. Prefixes are used to give insight into how many carbons are bonded together in the main or parent chain. Here we have meth to des, but the list goes much higher, with numbers such as octadec for 18 and hexacose for 26. In organic chemistry, there are many groups which appear over and over and are referred to as functional groups. Each one also provides a certain characteristic to a compound. In IUPAC, these functional groups are abbreviated and are used as prefixes or suffixes to a compound's nomenclature. For example, alcohol would have the suffix -ol, as in ethanol, and halogens would have a prefix based on their names such as chloro and trichloromethane, aka chloroform. Here are some examples of functional groups with their prefixes or suffixes. Here is a simple list of precedents from IUPAC that states in which order functional groups should be named in a compound.
Now let's try naming this organic chemical. Let's name the parent chain. Going from left to right, you can see that there is a chain of 6 and 2 chains of 5. Going from right to left, we see that we have one chain of 4 and 2 chains of 6. As you can tell, a chain of 6 is our largest chain and will be the number of the parent chain. However, since we want the functional groups to be at their lowest number in the chain, we must switch back to the chain that is going from left to right. Next, we must find the branches off the parent chain and name them. Now let's start with naming the first branch, which is a hydroxyl attached to a carbon. Referring back to our functional groups, we find out that a C connected to a hydroxyl group is called an alcohol and has an OL or ol suffix. Now let's start on naming the second group, which is on the bottom. As we can see, there are 2 carbons connected to each other, which would normally give an ethane, but since it is based off the branch of the parent group, we will take the ane part away and add YL for ethyl. The third functional group revolves around the same principle as the second. As you can see, it is 1 carbon, which means it is a methane, but since it is a branch of the parent chain, you take away the ane and add the YL again to make methyl. These will be the branch names and placement of each within the compound nomenclature. The C6 chain is known as hexane and thus will act as the base of the name. We then add the other prefixes, which are ethyl and methyl in alphabetical order. Then we take the E off of hexane and add the OL or ol suffix to give hexanol. Thus the compound is known as 3-ethyl, 4-methyl, 2-hexane.
But how does this apply to our original chemical?
Well, using what we've learned and using the last example, we can see that the main parent chain is made up of 3 carbons and is thus a propane, and that there are 3 carboxylic acids connected to at the first, second, and third place on the propane, and an alcohol on the second. Putting all that together, we have our compound name. Notice the hydroxyl prefix for the alcohol due to it being lower on the precedence list, and the 1,2,3 tricarboxylic coming after the propane due to it being an unsubstituted group and the carbons not being counted in the parent chain, as well as the prefix tri for the 3 carboxylic acids. Although this cannot be used to name all organic compounds, it can be used to name most. I hope these rules help you succeed on your test.